Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and that's the program that you listen to, so you know why I am Elijah. Banned from the Bible, 3 books in one, the book Enoch, Jubilee, and Hasher. You read Hasher first. Testimony from the time we left the garden to when in the promised land the first time. Jubilees, everything that was going to prophesy. Prophecy, everything that was going to happen to us from the time we left the garden until this day. And Enoch is a prophecy, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. And this book is copied and translated by Joseph Lumpkins. Next book, the Apocrypha. This is a King James version. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, hope, charity, judgment, execution of righteous judgment. Who did what, when, how, why. That's in that book. It's in the book. Learn about the Bible, what it is, who done it, who put it together, when they put it together, why they put it together, and how they put it together. So you gotta get that book. So, and the Lord God gave it to me just like this here, wisdom book. That's all they had in there, wisdom book. So the next book that the Lord God gave to me, the demons, the Testament of Solomon. This book is by King Solomon the Wise, and tell you the demons, who they are, what their names are, what they do, what frustrate them, what angels are over them, what they like to do, what they love to do. Yeah, what they said they was going to do, the prophecy of what they said they was going to do in the last days and time. And it's just like the Lord God told you, said, there should be like the time of Noah before he come back. And you living in those times, man. Them demons are running rapid. You see them every day on television, so many different programs, and they're doing so many different things. Right in front of your face. Right in front of your face, you know. Then the reason why I'm here, see, the Testament of Solomon. He said, well, the Testament of the 12 patriarchs, forgive me. And he told us, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. He shall turn the hearts of the children back to the father the hearts back to children of what? At least I come and strike the earth with a curse. And man, what could that curse now? I'm not going there. But anyway, so who are the fathers? You know, you go to Malachi chapter 4, verses 4 through 6, and say, yeah, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I'm going to send Elijah. So who are the fathers? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, and Joseph, and Benjamin. Those are our fathers, man. They left us so much, so many things that they left us, man. So, but anyway, so they left exaltation, perils of the last time, what we going to do in the last time, how we got in captivity, what we going to do in captivity, what our women going to do in captivity, what our men going to do in captivity. Yeah. And how we going to get out of captivity. So all that's in there. The exaltation of the last time, perils of the last time, prophecy of the last time, evil, wickedness of the last time. So they have all of that in that book, the Testament of 12 Patriarchs. But this one is by Robert, translated copy by Robert H. Charles. So that's what it is. Then the book we're going into, the first and second book of Adam and Eve, the conflict with Satan. And man, they have how it began. How it began. And know that the same thing the devil did back then, he's doing the same thing right now today. No, yeah, that book teach you how to pray, why to pray, how to worship, why to worship, where these things come to prophecy, where they began, and who did it, and who said it, and all the prophecies that have came to pass so far. So that's that book, and those books makes up what? The Holy Bible. And you know now that the Holy Bible is a bridge. Jason done it. Yeah, one of them Jews, one of those false Jews done it. That's who did it. And you know the reason why? Because I'll listen on the digress. But anyway, so you got the Holy Bible there. The message that the Lord God gave me to give to you. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord. Who's that found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. But I suggest you read Zechariah chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. And yeah, in Deuteronomy chapter 1, he told Zerubbabel that he was going to make him a signet of the last days before he returned. So this is the signet, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit of the Lord. So what's the spirit of the Lord God? Go read Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And you learn what the spirit of the Lord God is. Let's go. We're gonna try to get much as I can. And like I said, I used to do 2 videos, but trying to please man, trying to cut down the time and all that. I can't do that. I have to do what thus says Lord. So it'll be 2, 3, 4 videos. That's what I'm doing. So learn. You gotta learn patience, man. Yeah, learn how to imitate patience. Oh, that's the book. That's the book that I haven't showed you. The Gnostic Gospel. Yeah. The Gnostic Gospel, Tom, Mary, and John. Lord God gave me that book. They got things in that book that's not in the Holy Bible, but they're things what Jesus did, what Jesus said. Thomas, Mary, and John Gospel, and they have things that what Jesus said, what Jesus did, and man, there's some things that they said they are in the Holy Bible, but they're written in a different form, in a different manner, and you can understand it much more better some of them. But anyway, and John, like yeah, righteous John told you, say, learn how to imitate patience. Yeah, and then the law God say patience, James said, patience possesses ye your souls. So you learn patience, man. So if you can't listen to all one of my videos all at one time, wait, eat a little bit now, save a little bit for later, go back. That's what I do when I see somebody videos over an hour and I really want to listen to it. I listen to it as much as I can at that time. Wait a little while, then I go back and listen to the rest of it. Why? Because it's something in there that the Lord God might want me to hear. Some new knowledge, wisdom, understanding, some new prophecy, or something that I don't know about. And then go in there and investigate. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, so all these books that I have, all these books that I'm giving you and telling you, you can find these books on the channel you're looking at now, YouTube. Yeah, go pick it up. And they got other things in there also. So, man, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Bartholomew, the Apocrypha of Paul. Man, go listen to those things. Man, do you learn? Man, them things open up your mind, open up to your heart to allow things. And you hear the voice of the Lord in there. So if you don't hear the voice of the Lord in there, cut it off. When I'm speaking to you and you don't hear the voice of the Lord in one of my videos, turn it off, man. Go listen to something else. Yeah. Because this is about time is up and you just going on. Just going on. All the things that Jesus said, all the things that Jesus said was coming to pass, they have come to pass. There's not too much more that is left in the prophecies. Okay. So let's now I'm gonna start off with some old prophecy, some old visions, dreams that I had at the beginning of this year. So let's go. Let's go because these things gonna come to pass. And when they come to pass, you ain't gonna be able to say, well, nobody told us. I didn't hear that. Yeah, because man, Lord God gave me so much. He gave me so much, man. Yeah. I told you this before. Donald Trump with 4 men was speaking, and I was lying down and said, "You look like a different. Yeah, you look different to a friend." I said, "He said you look different to a friend." He said that I look, yeah, I look 35. Trump came down. Trump came down. My friend left with him, and I was lying down still. And I was lying down still. So, yeah, I know y'all. I know who my friend is. Man. Mhm. But I mean, that's God. That's the Lord God. Prophecy have to be fulfilled. And if the Lord God tell you something, it's gonna happen. Now, whether you understand the prophecy or not, well, maybe you didn't. These people are deceiving you. Just put it that way. Just put it that way. The people are deceiving. All right. Let me have. I have a dream. I have a Jermaine Dupri and man, LL Cool J dream. And the reason why, let's say, well, all the reason why. The reason why is because I was at this radio station and people don't like me. No, they don't. When you speak righteousness and they can't sway you to the right or left or give you gifts to turn you to do what they want to, then they don't like that. That's one of the reasons why they hated Jesus, because Jesus came to yeah, Jesus brought a sword for peace. That's what he did. See, I didn't come to bring peace. I bought a sword for peace and turn people against each other. Yeah, and that's what's going on right now today. You might not know it, but you're in a war, and guess who you warring with? You're warring with your own brother. That's who you warring with. Listen to me. The saints and the Christians are at war now. So you got those who keep the covenant are at war with those who have been deceived by man. So that's what you are. And they hate you. If you're a saint of God keeping this covenant, they don't like you. I ain't talking about those who keep the Sabbath. I'm talking about those who keep the covenant of the Lord and don't go for that foolishness. No, they don't like you. And you're at war with those people that call it Christian, that state religion. And they about to do some wicked things. And you might be caught up in that wicked stuff. So all I'm doing is warning you and telling you. That's all I can do. So I was walking through this building and walked into a closet, a large closet. Next, I realized I was walking to the wrong door. James Smith or LL Cool J. Opened the door as I was walking toward it. Jermaine Dupree came as I walked out and said it is easy to do that is how this building is made. So that's what I say. It said easy to do that because that's how the building is. I'm mistaken a closet door for an entrance door, and that's what he did. So that's what he was telling me. And so that's what he said. He said the Jermaine Dupree came out as he walked out another door and said it's easy to do that. It is how the building is made. So I said it's a design flaw. If you open the door to an office, you can't see and walk through. You can't see or walk through or the hallway door. So that's how it was made. So I was singing Sam Cooke, Let Me Go Home. I was telling LL to sing from his soul. That's what I tell him. So I tried to show him how, because he was trying to sing gospel. That's what he was doing. I tried to show him how to bring it up from his diaphragm, from the way down in his soul. And he was sitting down singing. Jermaine came and started to sing, but he couldn't sing like we were. And so I was trying to teach him also how to sing a meter. Yeah. Oh man, I can sing a meter. It's getting late in the evening, the sun going down. That's one of my favorite meters, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can sing a meter, man. That's one thing God blessed me with, to sing a meter. Yeah. Here's another dream that I was telling you about. I had a flash vision. You know how the flash vision come and just see them for a second, they gone. Well, I said a second, see them for a few seconds, like 30 seconds, they gone. I had a flash vision like a black and white with two men, black and white with two men on horses looking. Oh, it's a black and white vision. And they had two men on horses looking over the vast mountain. And I guess it was a jungle area because everything down there was like forest, like a forest area. So those are two dreams. Let's see. I got another pen here. I got dreams for another day that I didn't even finish. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even finish. That's the leaving the city dream. Let's see. Yeah, that I didn't even finish. Oh yeah. This is another dream. Now this dream was May the 8th of 2019. Because I haven't marked it now. The war has started, and I was telling them what they could do. The war has started, and I tell them what they can do. Man, another. Well, I'm gonna digress on that because I can get into those dreams, man, and those dreams just keep on coming because those dreams are from this year, the beginning of this year. So next year, everything kicking off. I told you what he told me. See, in the first year, I'm coming to cut off the right hand. The next year, I'm coming out take off the left. So just the right hand year coming up. So all right, we're in the right hand year, really. Okay, so yeah, so let's go because they had Kanye West hooked up with Joel, Pastor Joel. Man, that's not of God. Man, come on, bro, that's not of God. What they're doing is not of God. And I'm about to read and show you that that's not of God, what they're doing. So let's go to this book first. I read this just to you yesterday, the first and second book of Adam and Eve. So let's go there first. So we go on to yeah, page 36. Now they also have, uh, so they had these three men talking about the rapture. And all they do is talk about how the Lord God come and how the Lord God come and take you up in the air. But what happens after that happens? What happens after that, man? And if you read my program, if you listen to my program, I done took you to the scriptures and showed you and told you the things that gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. However, when the covenant is fulfilled, this is the covenant that the Lord God tell Adam. Uh, Let me see. But I cannot alter the covenant that's gone out of my mouth. Otherwise, I would have brought you back into the garden. He telling Adam that prophecy have to be fulfilled. That prophecy is a covenant that have to be fulfilled. However, when the covenant is fulfilled, I will show you and your descendants mercy and bring you into a land of gladness where there is neither sorrow nor suffering, but abiding joy and gladness, and a light that never fails, and praises that never cease, and a beautiful garden that should never pass away. God said to Adam again, God said again to Adam, be patient and enter the cave, because of the darkness which you were afraid of should only be for 12 hours long. And when it's over, light will come up. So man, listen, bro. I hear T.D. Jakes again. And I can understand why the Lord God asked T.D. Jakes what in the hell does he want, or what in the hell do he want, because, man, this man keep on going back after, and I know he didn't heard, I know he didn't listen. And they refuse, not just him, all of them refuse. They rebellious, they stubborn, stiff-necked, and rebel. They refuse to repent and change their way. And they got, I don't digress with that. We're going to get to that. But anyway, so that's what he's telling you. He said, well, he said, I'm coming back and bring you to a land. He didn't tell him coming back and fly you away to another planet. No, he didn't say that. Lord God, most gracious Father didn't say that. God did not say that. Yeah. Look what he said. He said, however, when the covenant is fulfilled, then I will show you and your descendant mercy and bring you to land gladness where there is neither sorrow nor suffering, but abiding joy and gladness, a light that never fails and praises that never cease, and a beautiful garden that should never pass away. We're going back to when the Lord God tell you when the Lord God return and say reward is in here, some going to the holy mountain, some going to the garden in the evening, some going to the promised land, you according to your rewards. Come on, bro. Well, anyway, so that's we go with that. Now I'm bringing you all the way across. So now the next book we go on to the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs by Robert H. Charles. And then I was supposed to read the Nephilim, but that might be in the next video, because I have other dreams for you, man. No, don't worry. Man, Lord God told me to go write down the dreams. And I look around, I had so many dreams, I don't know where all of them come from. And look, I started a new book, and that thing is almost filled out already. Man, boy, the Lord God is so wonderful. Well, anyway, so let's go. We're going to Judah. Judah, our fathers Judah's, and you know we're in the captivity. Yeah, Judah's in captivity. The 12 tribes, the only tribe is not in the captivity might be Levi. But the rest of them tribes, he said 10 tribes are in captivity. Yeah, that's what he said. Now all of us in captivity, really, because he spread it out to all the world. All right, here we go. So this is the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, and the reason why I'm going to this because you refuse. Yeah, you refuse to hearken and to listen. Man, why would I tell you something if God didn't give it to me? Why? Why would I come and Oh man, so let's go. Let's read it. I didn't go over it. Now how I am. I'm not gonna go over it. Now. I'm gonna go ask the Lord God give it to me. He said, open up your mouth, now I speak through you. And so that's how I work. Don't work like that all the time, but try my best to keep it that way because why? Just like I told that video, I found the lie. That's in Proverbs. If you add anything on unto God and take away, so you might say the dream and you think this dream means that, and boy, God come back and sure say that dream don't mean that, and then you be found the liar. Yeah, and then yeah, man, come on, bro. Yeah, all right. And they'll be found alive. So that's what's going on. All right. Now, so here we go. Um, all right. Judah warns his sons against drunkenness, fornication, and love of money. Now, this is in 12 Patriarchs, page 53. And now I command you, my children, hearken to Judah your father, and keep my saying, to perform all the ordinances of the Lord, and to obey the commands of God. See it? All the ordinances of the Lord, and obey all his commandments. That's right. It was written before the 10 commandments. And they was doing this way before the 10 commandments. Now, we was doing this ever since we left the garden. Right? And then walk not after your lust, or in the imagination of your own thoughts, in the hardiness of your heart. So what is our own lust? Man, I had that lust too. Oh, I'm going to have my own business. I'm going to sit behind the desk and I'm going to be a manager of stuff and all like that. But that's my own lust. Now, one time came out my mouth and said, Lord God, what would you like me for to be? Lord God, what you like? And then after that, another thing I did, I wanted to be a preacher. And I told you about that story. Yeah, I wanted to drive the finest car, had the finest women, dressed in the fine raiment, and march through there with my head like a peacock, and dressed up like a poor people. Yeah, I had those dreams that I dreamed myself, those lusts and thoughts of myself. And then when the Lord God truly came in my life, and boy, he showed me, said, he don't have nothing to do with that. All that is of what? Your father, the devil. That's right. All right. And walk not after your lust, nor the imagination of your thoughts, and the hardness of heart. And glory not in the deeds and the strength of your youth. For these, for this also is an evil in the eyes of the Lord, just like I'm finna tell you. Since I also glory that in wars no comely woman face ever enticed me, and reprove Reuben my brother by concerning Bilhah, the wife of my father. The spirit of jealousy and of fornication arrayed themselves against me until I lay with Bathsheba, the Canaanite, and Tamar, who espoused to my son. For I said to my father-in-law, I will take counsel with my father, so I will take thy daughter. And he was unwilling, but he showed me a boundless store of gold in his daughter's behalf, for he was king. And he adored her with gold and pearls, and caused her to pour out wine for us in the feast with the beautiful one. And so you're just doing that now. The women decking themselves with all that. Yeah, they deck themselves with all that stuff. And you go in the bar and drink wine. Next thing you know, you're committing fornication. Fornication and adultery, and that sex sin which should not be found in all Israel. And the wine turned aside my eyes, and pleasure blinded my heart, and I became enormed of, I came enormed of, and I laid with her, and transgressed the commandment of the Lord and the commandment of my father, and I took her to wife. And the Lord rewarded me according to the imagination of my heart, insomuch I had no joy in her children. So that was the 2 sons that got killed, what he had with her. And I did the same thing. I did the same thing too. That's right. I did the same. I didn't ask God. Went ahead, commit fornication with a woman, the next thing go marry, and the thing fell apart. That's right, because it was not of God. And I didn't ask God. I just went and did the lust of my heart. Man, I could tell it. Can I tell it? And now, my children, I say unto you, be not drunk with wine, for wine turneth the mind away from the truth, and inspires passion of lust, and leads the eyes into error. For the spirit of fornication have wine as a minister to give pleasure to the mind. For these 2 also take away the mind of man. But he just, he talking about wine, but that's the spirit. Yeah, wine, what do you call wine? Spirit. But he's not just talking about that. He's talking about pills. He's talking about dope, any type of drugs. Yeah, weed. marijuana, anything that get you high and off your bases. Now, a little bit is not too bad, but when you go overboard, it takes over you. That's what he's telling you now. For if a man drink wine to drunkenness, is disturbing the mind with filthy thoughts and lead to fornication, and heated the body to carnal union. And if the occasion of the lust be present, he worketh the sin and is not ashamed. So that's what he's telling you. And that was not with wine. That's with all these paraphernalia drugs. Yeah, with weed and pills and opioids and all that. That's with all that. So what you think the people do that for? So once they do that and get to the state, to that drunkenness state, that induced states that those things do when they overdo it, then what they want to do? They want to have sex. They want to commit fornication and other things. That's what they want to do. All I can do is just tell you, man. Tell you. And that's what he said. And then you don't be ashamed when you do it. And they don't be ashamed. What they want to do? Do it again. They chase it, but they wake up in the morning chasing man, cocaine, crack cocaine, pills, whatever they're doing. They wake up in the morning chasing that till they get it. And then when they get it, man, I know. You can't tell me, I know. And then when they get it, they start all over again. They get it, they get their load, then they go have sex. Yeah, then they go have sex, and then after that happened, then that wears off, they go get it again and start it all over again. You can't tell me, I know. Such is the inebriate man, my children, for he who is drunken, reverence no man. He who is drunken reverence no man. For lo, he made me also to err, so that I was not ashamed of the multitude in the city, and that before the eyes of all I turned aside unto Tamar, and I wrote a great sin, and I uncovered the covenant of my son's shame. And after I had drunk wine, I reverenced not the commandment of God, and took a woman of the Canaan to wife. So all you rev know, man, we're in the land of our heathen and our enemies, and I did it too. I did. And that's why they keep all that on television, all that. I just can't blow out this. Man, I keep wanting to go to, when I go to the book of Hashir. Yeah, I'm going to show you. When you go to the book of Hashir, I'm going to show you that they're doing the same thing. I gave you a part of it, but I didn't give you the part of Baal. I gave you that yet. But anyway, so for much discretion needed to a man when who drank the wine, my children. Yeah, much discretion. Not even for a man drink wine that do drugs, and all those things. Much discretion is needed. Man, its discretion is in drinking wine. A man may drink so long as he perceiveth modesty. So it's not, and that's another thing. Man, we was coming up, them dudes would shoot heroin, take pills and everything, go right to work. Go to work, no accidents or nothing, and come home and get the dose for that night, and they start all over again. Yeah, but you wouldn't know. They'll keep themselves up and everything. Now, just like smoking marijuana, got some people do that now. Oh yeah, that's what they do. They keep themselves up. They make sure they just take enough. Yeah, they take a drink. They just take a little sip. They do everything in modesty, but no, they don't do that. So they go overboard. Man, I see them people on them pills. That's why you got so many OD and everything. They go overboard. They're not doing it. Well, let me digress. But if he go beyond the limit, the spirit of deceit attacketh his mind and maketh the drunkard to talk filthily and to transgress and not to be ashamed, but even to the glory in his shame and account himself honorable. So, and man, you can't talk to them people. Man, you can't talk to them people. Man, once them people get full of that, bro, they know everything. They philosophize. everything else wants to get in them. Not just now with alcohol and all that. It's with drugs and all that do the same thing. All that do the same thing once they go over. He that committed fornication is not aware when he suffers loss. He is not ashamed when he put to dishonor. For even though a man be a king and committed fornication, strip him of his kingship by becoming a slave of fornication. And that's what's happening. That man, you talking about man, it happens with women too. Yeah, you become a slave to it. That's what you want. Your appetite become big and large. Now, who that happened to? Come on, man. You can't satisfy no 900 women. I don't care who you are. You can't satisfy no 900 women. You can't do it. Can't do it, bro. Yeah. He that committed fornication not aware when he suffered loss, and not ashamed when he put to dishonor. For even though a man be a king and committed fornication, is stripped of his kingship by becoming a slave to fornication. I myself also suffer. And that's what King Solomon, when you go in that book, when you go in this book here, the Testament of Solomon, and look how, and see how when them demons entered into him, what he had did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he's telling you. That's right. All right. And he became a slave to fornication. I myself also suffer. I gave my staff, that is my stay, to my tribe, and my girdle, that is my power, and my diadem, that is the glory of my kingdom. And I indeed repented of these things. Wine and flesh I ate not until my old age, nor did I behold any joy. And the angel of God showed me that forever do women bear rule over king and beggar alike. Forever. Forever. That's man. Well, I'm not getting it. And from the king they take away his glory, and from the valiant man his might, and from the beggar even a little which is the state of his poverty. Of poverty. And that's what's happening now. You see that with that Me Too movement and all that. Man, what you think that is? Huh? It's just showing you. And that's what the Lord God said, a woman should come past a man. But don't worry, it's not over with. It's not over with yet. Because before it's over, there going to be several men to one woman, and they're going to be begging the men. Yeah, begging them. We just going to come out and read to that in the book of Isaiah. Yeah, they're going to be begging. Yeah, and say, we just want your name. We'll do everything. We just want your name. Yeah, okay. Watch and see. Everything I tell you that's going to come to pass, going to come to pass. Why? Because the covenant. And God said, what? I can't break my covenant. And he's not going to break that covenant. Okay. Observe, therefore, my children, observe, therefore, my children, the right limit in wine. For there are in it 4 evil spirits of lust, of hot desire, of profligacy, and filthy lucre. That's what they're in there. It's just like the men, just like the women. And so, you know, man, just like they say, the men, the football players, and other people was giving the women them pills. A lot of women wanted them pills. A lot of women wanted to do that. So don't just think that was one way. Don't think that all the time went one way. It didn't all the time go one way. It didn't. So I'm just telling you. All I can do is just tell you. It don't all the time go one way. All right. So well, you come back home and tell me what you want. Do as you please with me. As long as I keep telling you, thus say the Lord, can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. All right. If you drink wine in gladness, be ye modest in the fear of God. For in your gladness the fear of God departed, the drunkenness arise, and the shamefulness stealeth in. But if you would live soberly, do not touch wine at all, lest you sin in words of outrage, and in fighting and slander, and transgression of the commandment of God, and you perish before your time. See? And that's one of the main things that the Lord God pointed out. Man, Israel it's a nation of inheritance, a people of inheritance, a people of royal priesthood. And the first thing, one of the main things Lord God said, man, get away from fornication. Because when you're in fornication, man, it destroys everything. Everything. Just like our father Judah was telling. One of our fathers, Judah, was telling how it destroyed everything. And he warned us. He warned us. And that's from then until now. That go all the way back to before Adam, all the way back when we was on our holy mountain. We didn't, that wasn't in us. We learned that when we came over here with these heathens and these enemies, now enemies. And that's how they keep us in bondage, because we refuse to repent. And that's one of the main things you got to start getting your children back, and not to having sex before they are married. Man or woman. Get them now, get them to teach them how to hold themselves until that day comes. And if it be a young day, if they be young, just let them know. And when the age comes, you let them get married. And let them fight through that. It's between them and God, not between you and God. That their lives, which you have them raised them right, teaching them all the commandments of God. So when they get out there, they know all the commandments of God, all the ordinances of God and everything. And they're going to do what's right. It goes through our father Joseph. Yeah, this is about our father Joseph. One of our fathers, Moses. Man, them people helped themselves. Them people went out there, they commit fornication till it was time for, forgive me. They didn't know their wives until it was time to get married. They didn't have sex with nobody. They didn't commit fornication until they got, you got to excuse me because I don't really like to bend my tongue, but to pronounce the words, some words you have to bend your tongue. But anyway, so, they waited till they got married, and we have to get back to that. We are a holy nation. That's one of the main things we have to get. And watch how things change in our sovereignty. Watch how we become sovereign again. That's all I can do is tell you. Moreover, wine revealed the mystery of God in men, even as also revealed the commandments of God and the mystery of Jacob, my father, to the Canaanite woman, Bathsheba, which God bade me not to reveal. And wine is the cause both of war and confusion. Wine is the cause of both war and confusion. And now I command you, my children, and now I command you, my children, not to love money, nor to gaze upon the beauty of a woman, because for the sake of money and beauty I was led astray to Bathsheba the Canaanite. But let me digress on that, because that's why they keep these things in your face. They keep these people with all this money so you can start lusting at and desiring those things. The American dream is an American lie. It's an American lie. That's right. That American dream is an American lie. Oh yeah, well you go ahead and don't think it's not, because you have because you went that way and you think that you have accomplished something. All you did is dug a hole so deep in that you can't get out. All right, unless God get you out. I was in that pit too. Don't think you was the only one. I was in the miry clay and I was stuck in that pit. And the Lord God came and took my feet out the miry clay and took me out that pit. Now I had a dream. I had a dream. I had a dream, man. Boy, they had all these pits around me, and I just crawled myself up out that pit and start walking. That's a dream that I had. Another dream I had, man. I was stuck in the miry clay. And boy, that cold, boy, I just couldn't get out of there. The next thing you know, I got out that miry clay, and then the strong man got stuck in the miry clay. That was the dreams. That's two dreams right there. But anyway, so that's what you're telling you, man. That's what you done. You loving money. That's what you're done, and you glazing up on the beauty. That's why the women put all that foolishness on their face. That's why they do it. Man, I got the dreams for that. Don't worry. Might not be in this video, might be in the next video, but I got the dreams for that. I haven't told you all the dreams, man. These are old dreams that I'm telling you. The new dreams that the Lord God gave me, over the Sabbath. I told you some, but I didn't tell you the dreams, all of them, because they're so important and they go with something. They just don't go by themselves. But anyway, let me finish this. For For I know that because of these two things should my race fall into wickedness. And that's why we in wickedness. What? For two things. For two things. For the love of money and the glazing upon beauty. For what? Covetousness and fornication. That's why that's why we're into wickedness. That's why we're into captivity. All right. For even wise men among my sons should they mar. They should cause the kingdom of Judah to be diminished, which the Lord gave to me because my obedience to my father. And we are being diminished. We are, man. I was on the phone with my uncle this morning, and he was talking about how the women was having 20 children, 15 children, 13 children, 12 children. Not no more. Yeah. And the Lord gave me because of obedience to my father. For I never caused grief to Jacob, my father. For all things whatsoever he commanded me, I did. And Isaac, the father of my father, blessed me to be king in Israel. And Jacob father blessed me like the manna. And I know that from me should the kingdom be established. And it was through him. That's the line that that's the line Jesus come through. That's the line King David come through. That's the line that I come through. Now, so now you know. Man, you think I don't know that I'm come on, man. You don't think I know that I'm the seed of King David? You don't know that I'm the seed of Judah? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. When you go back in the binds, the Holy Covenant, the Lord God let you know who you are. And you just go ahead on. Okay. And I know what evils you will do in the last days. See, that's the days you're living in now. I know that the evils you will do in the last days. Beware therefore, my children, of fornication and to love of money and to hearken to Judah your father. For these things withdraw you from the law of God and blind the inclination of the soul and teach arrogancy and suffer not a man to have compassion upon his neighbor. They rob his soul of all goodness and oppress him with the toils and the trouble and drive away sleep from him and to devour his flesh and hindereth the sacrifice of God. And he remembers not the blessing of God, for he hearkeneth not to a prophet when he speaketh, and resists the word of godliness. But you don't think them people hate me? When I'm telling you all, I'm calling them out. You see, I'm calling them out by their name. I'm not telling you who they are, what they're doing. All they're doing is begging and asking for money. That's all they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's all they do. Let me finish this. I got something to read to you in the Holy Scripture. I mean, in the Holy Bible. For this scripture too. For he is a slave to two contrary passions and cannot obey God, because they have blinded his soul, and he walked it in a day as in the night. My children, the love of money leads to idolatry, because when they led astray through money, men name as gods those who are not gods, and it causing him who have it to fall into madness. And for the sake of money, I lost my children, and I had not my repentance and my humiliation. The prayers of my father been accepted, I should have died childless. But God of my fathers had mercy upon me, because I did it in ignorance. And the prince of deceit blinded me, and I was ignorant as a man and as flesh. Being corrupted through sins, I learned my own weakness while thinking myself invincible. And that's what's going on now. Satan them blind, y'all. Sure had. Them pastors, them preachers, them shepherds, the prophet, the prophetess, Satan them blind them. And what they running behind? Silver and gold, fine raiments. And they are so puffed up, you can't even talk to them. Oh man, I've been there. Oh man, I've been there. So I'm telling you how they are. Now you don't have to believe me. Just go around and talk to one of them. And don't catch them at the wrong time. Or don't even catch them at the right time. They don't want to hear that what you got to say. And when you do this, tell them Elijah told me to ask you this question. And the question that you asked concerning this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So so man, I don't know how many videos I'm gonna have to make today, bro. Because it's just so much, and you need to know, because you live in the very last days of this world. So you don't have to believe me. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, because this is Judah, and I didn't really want to go get all into Judah because um, all our fathers tell you the truth and what's going to happen in the last days. And what happened, I saw Kanye West and Pastor Joel, and that brought me to these scriptures. And got other scriptures, other fathers too. And really, I can go to any one of the fathers and tell you what to do, but what's going on. What's going on? But I suggest that you read that. And you read that Testament of 12 Patriarch, and this is the, yeah, it tells you at the beginning what you read. But this is the Testament of Patriarch, and this is the Testament of Judah, the fourth son of Jacob and Leah. And this is our fathers, one of our fathers, especially those who are in captivity in America. Sure, yeah, one of your fathers. But anyway, so let's go. Let me read this, then I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna I'm going from this book. I already went to the first book of Adam and Eve. Now I'm going to 12 Patriarch, and then I'm gonna go to the Holy Bible, and then I'll go to the Holy Bible. Then I'll have to do another video. But anyway, all right. So here we go. I done skipped a lot. I skipped over the spirit, the two spirit that weighed upon man. The spirit, two spirit therefore weighed the spirit of deceit, the spirit of truth and the spirit of deceit. So you have to choose one. Then he had the Leviticus priesthood in the kingdom of Judah. And this, I didn't read this to you before. The turmoils the last time. And thou shalt be amongst them as the sea, for as the sea just and unjust toss about, some taken into captivity while some are enriched. And also shall every race of men be in thee. See? And every race of men is in Israel. Man, you can find us all over. Some shall be impoverished, being taken captive. Others shall grow rich, and by plundering the possession of others. For the king shall be as sea monsters. They shall swallow men like fishes. Sons and daughters and freemen shall they enslave. Houses, land, flocks, and money shall they plunder. What flesh of many should they wrongfully feed the ravens and the cranes, and they shall advance in evil and covetousness uplifted. So they shall advance in evil and covetousness uplifted. Man, I'm telling you, the evil that they're doing now today, there shall be false prophets like tempests, and they shall persecute the righteous men. And the Lord shall bring upon them division against one another. And so that's what he tells us. Say, there shall be false prophets, and they shall persecute all righteous men. And I tell you, that's the war that you hear. And Lord shall bring upon division one against another. And that's what you say. And there shall be continual wars in Israel, and among men another race shall my kingdom be brought to an end, until the salvation of Israel shall come. And so that's what you now. You live in the salvation of Israel. So you I believe until the appearing of God, until the appearing of the God of righteousness, Jacob and all the Gentiles may rest in peace. He shall guard the might of my kingdom forever. For the Lord sware to me with oath that he would not destroy the kingdom from my seed forever. So that's why I say that going all the way back. Wait a minute. Now I have much grief, my children, because of your lewdness and witchcraft. That's what they're doing. What you think? The demons are here and they're worshiping the demons, and the demons are showing them the witchcraft that they done in the time of Noah. I read that to you in the book of Enoch. And you're doing that in idolatry and with all practices against the kingdom, following them that have familiar spirit, diviners, demons of error. You should make your daughters singing girls and harlot. You should make it in the abomination of the Gentiles. So, are you making your man? Come on, bro. Cardi B, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. Man, come on, bro. What you think these people are? Ashanti? What you think these people are? Not going on and on. Say you should make your daughters singing girls and harlots. Okay, go look to see what a harlot is. And you should make it an abomination of the Gentile. So what is the abomination of the Gentile? Serving, worshiping idols, committing fornication, adultery. Don't worry about having some other man's wife. Give them money. How much that costs, girl? And I will give it to you. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's what you're doing. For which these things sake the Lord should bring upon you famine, pestilence, death, and the sword, beleaguering by enemies, the reviling of friends, the slaughter of children, the rape of wives, and the plunders of possession, the burning of temple of God, and the laying waste of the land, and slaving of yourselves among the Gentiles. And that's all those things that happen. He blows into every single thing. He lines it up to you. What's going to happen for you all the way down to what's going to happen later. You see? And this way you act. You lying waste in the land and the slaving of yourselves among the Gentiles. And so that's the prophecy that you are in now. Right now, there's a prophecy. So now let's go into the next prophecy. What is the next prophecy? You fought the left to you. And they should make some of you eunuchs for their wives. So what that is? LBGTQ community? Come on, bro. Until the Lord visits you with a perfect heart and you repent and walk in his commandments. So that's the way you at now. Yeah, you're waiting on that until the Lord visits you with a perfect heart and you repent and walk in all his commandments and bring you up from captivity among the Gentiles. So that's what's going on now. The consummation. We're going back into keeping, humbling ourselves before the throne of grace, calling on the holy name, Lord God, repenting with all our heart, keeping all his commandments and enter back into the bonds of forever covenant. And then what are you going to do? Bring us up from the captivity among the Gentiles. And what that leads back? Leads back to the book of Adam and Eve, where I told you, Lord God told you what he's going to do after the covenant is fulfilled. And that was the covenant I just read to you. What's that covenant? When you repent with your whole heart, keep all his commandments, and he bring you up out of the captivity of death, that's a prophecy. That's a covenant, and that have to be fulfilled. Okay. Well, anyway. So yeah, so let me read these two things. Let's go to because this is the time you're living in, and you don't know it. We're going to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. That's where you're going. 2 Corinthians, and I'm not gonna read it all to you, but we're going to 2 Corinthians. Yeah, chapter 11, verse 26. I'm not reading all to you. Go read all the chapters for yourself. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 26. And in journey of this Apostle Paul, in journey often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils of my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, and in perils among false brethren. You see that? You hear that? That's Apostle Paul telling you what was going on. That's Apostle Paul telling you what was happening. And then you read that with Apostle Paul and line it up right now today. And you see those things are happening right now today. Even in the time that you're living in, the perils with the false brother. And you right there in the day. Right there nowadays, you got T.G. Jakes and not T.G. Jakes, not just T.G. Jakes, but I wanted to say Joe Osteen and Kanye West together. And you're going to tell me that it's up the Lord thy God? They are Christians. They are not saints. They could do that. Yeah, because that's what they serve. That's a religion that they serve. But who we serve? The Lord that God. Ours is not a religion. Ours is the way of life. That's what when you become a sinner, that's the way of life. That's not the religion that you go every Sunday morning and do your thing. The way of life is that you live in the covenant. You live the way of the covenant, all his commandments, all from day 1 to day 6. And then day 7, what you do? You go worship and praise God and bless him like everybody, that festival day, the covenant day. And that's all you do on that day. And that's when you ask Adam, go ask Satan, can he give you a day of rest like I had? And no, Satan don't rest. He told you, he don't rest, he'll never rest. Okay, but anyway, so oh man, so much, man, so much. But anyway, I'll get the other stuff in the next video. And this is not by might nor by power, but by spirit, say the Lord of hosts, and I'm Elijah. Until next time.